renewal of mind and reconfiguration of our thoughts that we are able to position ourselves to receive all the blessings that God has set aside for us. For it is not us who are waiting for the blessing, but rather the blessing that is waiting for us to be in the right frame of mind to receive it. I hear a clarion call. It's time to rise and shine. Time to get what's mine.
You family, and welcome to another epic Sunday on our main channel, Dr. Mumbi Show. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform. We appreciate love you so much. We send you, perpetual prosperity, perpetual abundance, perpetual peace. May you find balance. May you find over inner and understanding, and may you know the truth so that the truth may make you free. This channel, we're basically operating to cover the revival of our people, which is set to begin here in Kenya. So we've started looking at, Kenya as the womb of creation, as the womb of Africa and of the world, family. Or the melanated world. Let me not even go too deep into that, because the Caucasus Mountains might be the womb for the Caucasian stories. Anyway, let me not even. But family, as from the womb of creation, I've decided to just make this main channel about the revival that's underway and to kind of warn and prepare our people as much as possible for those that are connected. It's amazing how many Kenyans have contacted me, especially women, actually even men, but especially women, saying they're being activated, things are happening to them, noticing certain anomalies, noticing certain strange things that people do, that foreign governments are doing, trying to monitor us in various different places. And there's the awakening is happening in earnest here, as we are the main ushers of this newborn, of this new dawn. It's no surprise. And maybe finally we're catching up to West Africa. There's so many ways you can look at this. But as you've seen from the title, family, today I'm talking about the CNN Person of the Year. And, CNN actually picked NELLY CHEBOI as the 2022 CNN Hero of the Year. And, the reason I'm even sharing this is I wanted to talk about why they picked a Kenyan woman. And I'm not saying that what she has done hasn't been amazing. She actually quit her software job to create tech labs for Kenyan school kids with upcycled computers across the country. And she was recognized. And, it's beautiful. I'm not here to hate on why she was picked. And, she was there and she released this really touching photo with her mother saying, her first time for mom to be in New York or whatever. And then when she won, she invited her mom on stage and it was like a very deep mother-daughter moment. Family. I'm not hating by saying this. Like, why did they pick a Kenyan woman? I'm not hating by saying this. Just like I'm not hating when I said that when they picked Professor Madai, they knew to be like the Nobel Peace Prize winner for her environmental work. They knew exactly what they were doing, because in that time it was time to recognize the environment, because they wanted to roll out this climate change agenda. And so they tapped into the women from the womb of creation, wanting to use her energy to drive a certain agenda, family. And when they picked Professor Madai, that was when HIV/AIDS had really just like shattered germ warfare, family, shattered the soul of the African people. The emotional body was just so wounded and there was so much shame and embarrassment. And she came out and she said it was germ warfare. And the backlash was so huge. I think she lost endorsements and all this stuff. And then soon after, family, all of a sudden she got cancer. All of a sudden, like within a year, she had passed on. But we're told that, I think within the last, on her dying bed, she kind of turned back to the Most High and all these things. But family, why would they give a Kenyan woman in 2022 the CNN Person of the Year? Because they're trying to tap into the energy that is already here and the women that were already here. Many people across the world don't know that the Mau Mau was actually a female revolution. Okay, the men were also involved, but predominantly what enabled it to go so far before getting the attention of the Mzungus was the fact that women were the spies, women were the suppliers, women were the ones who were stealing the guns from the Mzungus, sacrificing their bodies, sleeping with these men who thought they were stupid and stealing their guns and their ammunition, getting to know their secrets because they thought these women were too dumb to know their language. They trained their children to be spies, to follow, the Mzungus like a leopard in the forest, seeing where they were going, seeing where the armies were going. And it was only when the British recognized that it was the women, and then that's when they started their whole rape and molestation and all these things agenda to kind of, break the feminine spirit, which is in turn why we started with the whole female genital mutilation so that we could protect our women from having their literal soul, their sexual chakra, like their womb shattered by these men and taken over by these men. Like there's so much we don't understand and that we oppose in ignorance. I know those are stories for other days. I was going to get into that, but that's not important. Today it's about Nelly. Why did they pick Nelly? She's done amazing. I'm not saying that. And all the people on that platform had done amazing. And if you look at all the different, I think she was the only African there, I think they had the Latino, Asian woman. You can see them here, family. Everyone they picked is very significant. But Kenyans should start asking why. Why Kenya? Why are we always being awarded? There's 55 or 50 countries or however many countries that they tell us in Africa. So why are we always the ones who are getting that spotlight of attention? It's not because we're special, it's because we have something that they want. And now, knowing the kind of energy that Kenya is already like permeating or, exuding, they want to tap into that. And I kept telling you guys, the female messiah is back. The Queen of the South is back, and they're in southern Ethiopia, which is Kenya and the whole of the East African community. And because she is here, living, walking around, the entire atmosphere changes. And even us, as awakened or awakening ones, we can tap into that, and it accelerates us as women, as her sisterhood, the fact that she has chosen this nation to incarnate in. It's literally like a goddess coming into earth, family. That's what the female messiah is. And she will have her God who is also here. I mean, I'm not going to get too into that. But Kenya needs to know these ones are coming from here because we are the Eden. And so women now of Kenya have this extra grace on them to take quantum leaps in their lives, to achieve the so-called impossible in all their different careers and to really be a blessing to this nation. And there's so much favor shining on all Kenyans because the female messiah is here and was born of this land. But especially on the women, because that feminine spirit is operating now. And just by purifying yourself and moving in love and in joy and finding your balance and maintaining that balance at all costs, that feminine energy, that feminine spirit will cover you as well. And the reason I share this is not even to hate on Nelly or to try and take away the credit from her, whatever, her so-called win. Because all CNN is trying to do is harvest her energy. Because now she'll be committed to CNN. She's one of the heroes of the year. She'll have a little plaque. So even her energy, they'll build a little altar for her in the CNN headquarters. Then she'll be attached to all their projects and they'll ride on her energy. And the reason I share this is because us as Africans, men and women, we need to start to be aware of why we're receiving favor from those who don't favor us. And it's okay to full joy in that moment or end joy. So you joy it and then you end it. But be aware of why it's happening and the fact that they want to create like a binding. Oh, with her and her poor mom. Because her mom was there like, oh my God, I can't believe my daughter. And we should protect our sisters out there. And the way we protect them is by coming together as a sisterhood of Kenyans. And it's amazing, family. I've received so many emails from Kenyan women who are on some powerful trips with some powerful powers emerging. And I definitely I'm really feeling called by spirit to do some kind of retreat for us or something in 2023. But when we see someone like her win, the first thing I did was like, my best wishes, but protection. May your energy not be siphoned off, and may this work in your favor and not benefit them, because you're also attached to children. So the children are also building you up, which is probably why you got the attention of the CNN. So it's just to make sure that the energy recycles back to her and is not siphoned off by these Babylon corporations. That was my prayer for her and her family, and that they'll have the guidance and protection and not be sucked into these secret society games that they constantly play, where they pretend they're awarding you, but you're actually awarding them with your presence. So be mindful of what you're accepting. And in all things, recognize, family, that the only thing, the only accolade, the only praise you need is the praise of the Most High, or the cheering on of your spiritual team. All else is vanity, family. And when you get awarded, when you get recognized in your field, use that as an intentional moment to change the atmosphere in your industry, to change and to get something out of that situation. That's why you have to, ignore the praises of Babylon and see, what do they really want from me to put me on a pedestal? It's like that woman, Sarah, who was taken by the French, and she was actually put in a museum, and they used to put her naked because she had this like big ass. They put her on a pedestal, but she really wasn't on a pedestal. I think when she died, they even dissected her body and then reassembled it, and it was hanging in the museum. All because they wanted to dissect and literally feed on her. So don't get entrapped in the accolades of Babylon. And Kenya, now you should start realizing, who are we as a nation? Start asking yourself that. Because somehow all these events that they have, these award ceremonies, it's all about harvesting energy. So the fact that a Kenyan has won means that they're going to get a lot of energy from Kenya. Facts. But it's also a ritual. So what ritual were they trying to perform? Because that was released on 12/12, which happens to be Kenya's Independence Day. And 12/12, I did a show on my other channel, Dr. Mumbi, Mumbi Spiritual Show, where I talked about the 12/12 portal. It's like a gateway to higher consciousness, higher evolution. Sorry, there's something biting me. It's like a moth or something, or a butterfly. Seriously. Anyway, I did a show on my main channel about the 12/12 portal, which is a gateway, a consciousness gateway, a vibrational gateway that we could have participated in. You're not too late. We have until the 21st of December, where there will be that opening where we'll have the final eclipse of the year. I don't know if it's lunar or whatever, lunar eclipse, I think it is, of the year on the 21st of December. So there's still that window to kind of put your intentions forward and really pull in that higher level consciousness, yearn for it, call for it, pray that, may I just have higher understanding, may I move into a higher perspective and higher knowledge. Give me access to higher knowledge and prepare my heart and spirit to receive that knowledge. So you see what happened, family. 12/12. Kenya was like, our Independence Day was given to us on a major portal. That is not by accident. Because it's the brotherhood that said, okay, Kenya, 12/12 is when you'll celebrate your independence. Why? And if you look at all our other holidays, they're all a bit esoteric, a bit Illuminati vibes. I know you'll understand that word. So why? Why is it that they get Kenyans to celebrate, 40 million of us, to celebrate our so-called independence or to celebrate the Republic of Kenya on 12/12? And then this year, knowing it's 2022, and this has been the year of family. You know, they said there was going to be a visitation in Kenya. I'm telling you, that visitation has already happened. I don't know how to explain that to you. It's like now it's waiting for the physical people to catch up so that the group consciousness can actually see it. But on those who are speeding up ahead, like it already happened. They had that encounter and it has changed their lives. So why would they pick a portal, a consciousness doorway as our independence? And then on 2022, they award one of their Illuminati branches, awards a Kenyan woman hero of the year. You don't think there's some magic being played behind there and backstage with that? So anyway, we send all our protection to Nelly and her mother and to all the women of Kenya, to all the women of Africa. We are, the mothers of this new dispensation. We are the mothers of the new earth. We are the mothers of the new generation. May protection and guidance be your daily experience. May you find balance. May you find peace. May you celebrate yourself as a woman and realize your sacredness, the sacredness of your menstrual cycle, the sacredness of coming together with other sisters in sisterhood, the sacredness of loving yourself enough to end your life once and for all kinds of abuse and negative projections, negative actions, and to claim your power back. It is our season. We are the leaders of this new generation and this new dispensation. Tuko pamoja.
I hear a clarion call. It's time to rise and shine. Time to get what's mine, yeah. And I want it all, beyond the riches of the world, to the promises of God for my life.